Well, hello, this is Dee with Backpack Journeys. Thought I would talk today about bed bugs when we're doing traveling. And I will say I apologize for not doing the live stream. Some things have come up, mainly my computer is tired of doing uh, live streams, Zooms, whatnot, and it's not working like it should. And so I thought I would get back to the regular video types. So I appreciate you being here. And another thing that I would do just for housekeeping purposes is I know I'm not showing my face. I don't like to do that. I actually got a bad haircut this week. It'll be a couple of weeks before I can be able to do that. The only way it's about the content. I do have the closed captioned open, so for those of you who may need to see someone talk to help read lips or whatever, you can read through the closed caption. That having been said, let's talk about bed bugs. Okay, so bed bugs are everywhere. That's number one. I'm going to give you some pointers. Most people, I think, still believe that bed bugs are, number one, in beds. And number two, they're in seedy places like inner city subways or buses or whatnot, one star and no star hotels, that kind of thing. And it's not going to happen to me because I only travel first class, I only travel 5-star hotels, this, that, and the other. That is not true. I will say, as a disclaimer and a caveat to this, if you do travel by yourselves in an RV or you go camping, you're not around other people, then this may not be appropriate for you because you have reduced tremendously your exposure to bed bugs and other things. But if you want to listen for some tips, I'll be glad to give them to you. So you're welcome. So number one, they are everywhere. Number two is what's my expertise in bed bugs and how do I know about it? Why am I talking about it? Well, I've lived it. I have unfortunately lived it, or fortunately. I know more than I need to know about bed bugs. Number one is one of my jobs I had, one of the last jobs I had was that I worked in a homeless shelter in the city where I live. I worked in a homeless shelter. I know what precautions we took for bed bugs, and I would have to say at that particular time, which was a decade ago, at that particular time we were the only shelter in the city that did not have bed bugs. Well, there was a lot of steps that we went through that I will tell you about, and to not have them. Number two is that I have lived in an apartment complex that routinely has bed bugs. So I know, and we've had bed bug classes. We actually had bed bug classes, and I've talked to the guy who did the treatment for the bed bugs, and they go around checking quarterly for bed bugs. So I have lived in it. Unbeknownst to me before I moved there, because I asked, and they said no, but that wasn't true. I didn't do my due diligence Googling as much as I should. So I've lived in it and I've worked in it. Okay, so another thing that I will say is some of the things that I'm going to go over, they may sound extensive or exhaustive or OCD, and why do I do this? Just take the ones that you like and just don't do the other ones, because I go in personally, I go into great detail, mainly like we used to do at the homeless shelter. So, the third thing I want to say is how to treat, and then I'm going to say what to do about it last. But the third thing comes up is how to treat, and people say, well, I'm not going to worry about the bed bugs. If I get bed bugs, well, I'm going to look at the bed. Take a flashlight at night, look at the bed. If there's no bed bugs in the bed, I'm not worrying about it. They've got sprays on the market. I just spray. Where I'm living now, I live in an apartment complex. I did ask before I moved in what they do with bed bugs, if they should get any, and what steps they take to not get bed bugs. Number one, they don't take any steps, and number two, they say, well, we'll just come in and spray. The sprays do not kill the bed bugs. The only thing the sprays do is make them run. Now, they may run from you, but they're going to run next door. I actually asked an EMS worker, I think it was a firefighter, at the apartment where I used to live that had bed bugs. Every time they went in to someone called 911, when they came out, they would spray the bottom of their shoes. And I thought, well, that is interesting. So one time I asked, nosy me, after a few years, I went and asked them. I said, what are you spraying? Why are you spraying? And what are you spraying? And, because I live here and I'm concerned, what are you spraying for? And they said they are spraying for bed bugs. It's an alcohol solution. I think it was like 10% alcohol and the rest water. They spray, it just knocks them off. Doesn't kill them, it just knocks them off. So all these sprays and whatnot for bed bugs, that's what it do. They just knocks them off. And if you're in a communal kind of living, like if you're in a hotel and they just want to come spray, it's just going to go to the next room. So that having been said, the only thing that really and truly, and you can fact check this all you want to, the only thing that really and truly will kill them is intense heat. And I don't know the degree, but it is too hot it's past sauna heat. I guess it's kind of like right now, it's kind of like Phoenix heat. Arizona, the United States, the world is hot, the United States is cooking. And that's one of my remedies, I will just go ahead and say, one of my remedies right now, if I'm traveling somewhere or I'm somewhere on mass transit or whatnot, I take whatever I have, clothes, baggage, whatever, I leave it in the car. The car gets hot enough in the summertime. And just put it in the trunk of my car for a few hours, a couple of days, depending on how long I've been gone, depending on where I've been gone. And the heat, intense heat, I should have looked it up, but it's way past 100 degrees heat. It's very expensive to remediate. That's what's going to kill the bed bugs. So we got that out of the way of saying, well, this is why I don't want to listen. Now, if you want to listen to the rest of it, I would suggest, if you like this, hit the like button. It helps get the videos out. I can be seen by more people, and I can do more videos. Okay? That's my little infomercial in there. I'm doing it for fun. I'm not doing it to be paid, but would like to have the word out. Some of this information is helpful. So what do we do? I always, and there's not 100%, I said the title of it is to reduce your exposure. So if you're going to go into, let's just say, you're going, the way I pack, that's why I use backpacks. I don't like the roll luggage, the luggage that rolls. I know a lot of you do, and a lot of you do that. Be more careful about that because it is on the ground. I like to take a backpack, and I like to take a duffel bag when I travel. One of the reasons is it's easier to handle. Another reason is it doesn't have to be on the ground, doesn't have to be in contact. But regardless of what kind of luggage or that you use, what I do is I pack my clothes, I sort through them, and put them in and wrap them up, tie them up in plastic bags. Bed bugs don't live in plastic. They're not attracted to plastic. They can't get into plastic. Now what I'm showing you right now is a bed. This is my fold-up bed that I used when I went primitive camping. When I am going to go back camping, I am going to use this mattress. I am way too old to be sleeping on the ground, on the hard ground. If you'll notice, maybe not, Came with plastic. I've had it for several years. I never took that plastic off. I wiped down the plastic. It's a whole lot easier. Bed bugs are not attracted to plastic. So when I pack my suitcase, I sort through my clothes, and according to what I'm sorting through, you like your casual clothes and your dress clothes or your sleeping clothes, those types of things, I put in separate plastic bags that you buy at the store. The size I buy are the kitchen size bags, but you can get any size you want to. Put everything in a bag, tie it up real tightly, then put it in my case or carrier, whatever I'm carrying. That's number one. Number two, when you get to, I try not to put any of my bags on the floor. And like I said, if you've got a roll luggage like most people do, that's going to happen. Just be a little bit more careful. Wipe that down as often as you can. At least, with an alcohol solution, like 10% alcohol, at least it will knock them off if they're there. And as I said, I try not to put them on the floor. Keep them up off the floor when you're traveling. Like if you go on a plane or a train, a bus, whatever, I like to put mine. I'll hold it before I put it on the floor. Number two, say you're going to a hotel. Now we're in a hotel. The best place to put your luggage is in the bathroom. And you can put it on the floor in the bathroom. The best place is the bathroom. Why? And the best place at home is your bathroom or your kitchen. Why? It's because it doesn't have carpet. Nothing's going to get stuck in the carpet. Nothing's going to get stuck in any kind of linens. I would hope your towels are not on the floor. Don't put your towels on the floor if you're going to reuse them. Keep them up off the floor. But bed bugs can't survive on linoleum or those types of surfaces. Granite countertops, those types of surfaces, they're not attracted to that. They don't live on that. They don't survive on that. So that's the best place to put your luggage. Other than that, please do not put your luggage on the bed. And like I said, try not to put your luggage on the floor in a hotel room. Keep it up off the floor. There are places you can store your luggage. Most places do have racks or closet space where you can put your luggage. Keep them off the floor as much as possible. And like I said, I do suggest keeping everything, and I've stayed in hostels with other people that I don't know from around the world, and it does help. I keep everything tied up in plastic bags inside the luggage. They don't like that. So they're just basic ideas. And now, what happens when you get home, and what I also do that does help, is when I come in for the day, and if I have a hotel, even Airbnbs. I do Airbnb. If you're doing Verbo, Airbnb, anything like that, I do that there too, because you don't know. They do clean. I don't have anything against these services. I don't have anything against any of the hotels. They do the best they can, but you cannot totally eradicate bed bugs without the heat process, which is exhaustive. It takes, I think, at least 12 hours in that heat, and it's very hot and it's very expensive and time consuming. So they do the best they can. So even if you're in a Verbo or an Airbnb, I do the same thing. When I'm in for the day, I shower, I strip down and I shower, and then I change into what I'm going to be in. I don't come in from the outside all day long and just hop on the bed and watch TV like a lot of people do. I don't do that. I go in, strip down, and I do that when I get home too. Go in, strip down, put my clothes in a plastic bag again, either the dirty bag, or if you want to wear it again, a plastic bag tied up. take a shower, wear something that's already been in the bag, and then get in bed. You can check the beds. The way to check the beds is when it's dark, take a flashlight, go around the edges of the mattress, see if you see dark spots. Bed bugs actually are very small. I have seen in my bedbug class, I laugh because I can't believe we did this. In my bedbug class at the apartment complex that had bed bugs, they passed around a vial of bed bugs. And it says, show them to. They are extremely small. They are not as big as what you see on TV, what you see in videos. They're small. They're hard to detect. So you can go around the bed, also go around the couch. It's not just beds. I don't know why they call them bed bugs. They like upholstery. They're around your couch. They can get in the couch. They can get in furniture. They like all that. They like cloth. That's why when I get, I'm OCD enough that whenever I get a hotel, or I usually go to Airbnbs, I look to see what the furniture looks like. I don't sleep in the bed. I like to get a place that has a futon, a vinyl covered futon type couch that I can wipe down. I bring my own linens. I don't use their bed. As I said, I go to a little bit more extreme because I've lived in it and I've worked in it, and I don't want it to. I don't want to bring it around and have it. Yes, it's not just your bed. Now another thing that people, and then when I get home, I do the same thing. I strip at the door, put things in a plastic bag. I have bags left at the door before I leave. Go straight to the shower, and then do that routine all over again. Those clothes, and then I take those clothes and wash them in hot water. Dry them. If you have clothes or you have bedding or whatnot that you think may have been exposed, you can just dry them in a hot dryer for at least 30 minutes. I usually do it for an hour. You don't have to wash them. The heat is what kills them. So if you have a place that has a washer and dryer, go straight to the dryer, put it in a hot dryer on the highest setting it has for heat, put it in there for at least 30 minutes. I try to do it 45 minutes to an hour just to be sure, and that should kill them. So that's how you cover it. I know when so that's the key, is to wash as soon as possible. Put everything in a plastic bag, tie it up, and wash it as soon as possible. Dry it in hot heat. At the very minimum, the hot heat of at least 30 minutes. Now, when I used to have, at one point in time about 5 or 6 years ago, I had a travel partner who was scared about the bed bugs, and I'm a little concerned, but not that much, because I go through all this rigmarole and routine, and I'm used to it, of what to do. So what she did when she got back home, she has a sunroom, so what she did when she got back home was she stripped at the back door, and left all her clothes outside. And then she went in and took a shower. Left the clothes outside, and then she put them in a plastic bag and went straight to the laundry room. Now that takes care of 90% of your bed bug issues, but here's the catch. Wait for it. Don't click off if you already have. You're going to miss an important point here. Bed bugs are not only in beds, they're not only on material, like carpets, clothes, furniture. They actually love electronics. They love electrical system. This is kind of the ooeyest part to the bed bug issue. They will go into a socket in a room. That's why just spraying around the edge is not going to do anything. they live in the walls. They can live in the walls. They'll come out and feed, but they live, they can go inside wall sockets. They like electronics. They love chargers. How many of us, when we travel, we have our chargers and we have all of our electronics? How many of you are careful where you charge and how you charge? That's another thing. Keep them in plastic. I would not put them in, like on mass transit. I wouldn't take them out on a train. I have charged on a train, but I try to do it, wipe down the tray, put some plastic over the tray. I will do that. I keep my chargers, I keep my electronics in plastic in a separate bag. That's where the backpack comes from. When I say backpack journeys, my backpack is full of snacks, yeah. It's full of electronics. I do not want my electronics in the same bag as my clothes. Why is that? That's a question for you. Who wants to answer the question? Comment below. Why would I not want my electronics in the same bag with my clothes? How many of you do that? The reason being is that bedbugs love electronics and they love clothes. I don't want to mix the two. I use my electronics more in public than I do my clothes. So just keep that in mind. Keep them wiped down, safely wiped down. Keep them, be careful where you put them. I do not put my cell phone, for example, I do not lay that down. I keep that when I travel, when I'm on a train. When I'm in my car by myself, doesn't matter. But when I'm on a train, I keep my cell phone in my pocket at all times. I don't carry it. I don't lay it down anywhere. Everything else I keep put up. I will charge my batteries. I only charge the camera battery. I will not charge the cell phone battery in a public space. I won't charge cell phone battery, say for example, in a cafe or any place like that. I know a lot of you who may be in situations on the road or wherever you feel like you need to use a public place, a library or cafe. I will not. If I'm in a car, I have a small generator that can be recharged from the car. So if I'm in my car and on a road trip, I take my generator, I recharge from my own generator. I told you I have a lot of OCD. But I'm trying to be safe. I'm trying to be in a position where I have access also at all times. Don't think I can take the generator on an air. It's got lithium batteries. I don't think you can take that on mass transit. But if you're in a car, I would suggest having one. They're not that expensive. You can charge and not have to use, if you have to use a public place, like a cafe, gas station, restaurant, library, that type of thing. So that is what I have. It's 23 minutes worth, a long thing of my bedbug. How to reduce your exposure to bedbugs. You can't reduce it 100% unless you totally isolate yourself from the world forever. They are around. They are going to be around. I have never gotten any bites, or I don't think I've been around them. I don't know that I've been around them. In all my travels and all my tens of thousands of miles I've been on and continue. Now watch me, I'll get them here the next time I go. Just take these precautions. I think they're good tips. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. If it all works for you, give it a like. And if you have any comments, if you have other suggestions, put it in the comments section below. If you have any questions, put it in the comments section below. I will answer it. I see all the comments. I respond to all the comments. I love to see them. We'll get a conversation going. If you have any other ideas, comments, questions, like I said, just put it below. And I think in the future, until my computer gets feeling better, it's only 2 years old, so it should not be in the shape that it's in, but I have used it very heavily. I'm not in the mood to buy a new one because this one is relatively new. So I'll be doing these types of videos, not live stream, not me. I may do me if I can figure out how to set this up. So anyway, I enjoyed your company today. I hope that you got some helpful tips. And until next time, happy trails, have a good time traveling, and stay safe.